Welcome to the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and I am a former doctor turned lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I interview some of the best minds on the planet on the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Today's episode is a mini-sode that we call Fri-Date with the Wife. In these mini-sodes, my wife Kim and I deconstruct the strategies that we've developed over the last decade to not only grow personally, but to turn our struggles into lessons and create fulfillment in all areas of our lives. Excuses are over. It's time to live. Let's dig into today's topic. All right, before we jump into this episode, I want to invite you to be considered for my Work Hard, Play Hard Mastermind by completing an application at workhardplayhardmastermind.com. So this mastermind is not like any mastermind you may have been to or heard of, I promise you. This mastermind is for 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs that are working too damn much and aren't taking the time to have amazing experiences around the world with an incredible tribe of people. So every 100 days or so, I drop you into new experiences that are specifically designed to elevate your thinking, to give you new ideas. Look, you get your best ideas not staring at a computer. And actually, this is the way high-level people really collaborate with each other. They do it over a glass of champagne, watching the sunset in the south of France. So if you are ready to do some fun stuff around the world and really, really want to level up your tribe in one shot, fill out an application at workhardplayhardmastermind.com. We'll jump on a call and we'll see if it's a good fit. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Kimberly Girl Tribe Murgatroyd, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Why do girls have, pancakes and hair buns on their shirt? What is the reason why every girl has these random jumping jacks all day for rosé? When did that start? Why do you have it? Why did my mom not do it in the 50s? Why now?
This is a lot that you're firing at me on this topic.
Well, as an ambassador for all women on the planet, it's the least you can do.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
Here's what I will say. I think it's fun to express your personality via shirts that do the talking for you. I'm not sure that's really a trend right now. This is like 5 years old and I slept in it last night.
Okay.
So I don't think that
you don't feel like you're cutting edge in fashion?
I don't think I'm cutting edge in fashion anytime soon.
Do you think it's going to go away?
I think
rosé all day. Okay. Yay. YOLO.
It's all on the shelf at Target. So the answer to that would be yes.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing I never did. I did like a lot of the cute shirts that have like those little fun quotes and all of that on it.
See how you have it like sliding down your shoulder right there?
I cut. This was a crew neck shirt and I cut it.
I like that. It makes me want to get the other shoulder
Stop
down.
it.
I wish this was a video podcast.
No.
But listen, you guys are not...
You didn't let me come full circle.
It wasn't that important. Let's go.
Oh my God. It actually is important.
Go ahead.
Do you know what I never did? Was the ones that made you look lazy. Like the... sleep all day, rosé all night, like that kind of shit, or the ones that were like self-deprecatingly mean, like stupid in the morning, or whatever they said. I never did those because I always felt like if I put that out in the universe, that's what I would end up being.
Yeah, a friend of mine said to me, if you want to know what somebody is all about, just watch the T-shirts that they wear. Right. And it's such a true statement.
Let's talk about your T-shirt collection.
Yeah, what does it say? Nothing.
That's not true.
No,
you had an entire drawer of T-shirts that had different things on it. And the irony of all of it is you would get you had 800 LA T-shirts and then you moved to LA. And then you would have Red Sox T-shirts. And then you had all these sports teams that if I actually asked you what type of sport they played, you wouldn't know. And yeah, you'd have Harvard and you had don't act like you don't. You have a slew of t-shirts with words on it.
All right. If you like to keep viewership on this podcast, we should probably move on.
All right. Let's go.
So today we are going to talk about something that I think is an interesting piece. And what we try and do is we try and clue you guys into real time of what it is that we're working on. So if you hear, if you're playing a drinking game and every time you hear me mention the word chiropractic or mention the word Los Angeles, you know that what we're trying to do is not bore you with this. We're trying to take you, in real time. And
what was that?
It was a little bit of a burp. Take you in real time through what we're going through. So as many listeners to the show know, we are in the process of making a move in about a year and a half to Italy. So it doesn't seem like, it's like, wow, it's a year and a half from now. But I want you to, the reason why we're bringing this up for you guys to listen to is whatever a big move, whether it's a physical move or whether it's something major
like
in your life,
like move,
you're buying something, you're selling something, you're moving, whatever,
changing careers,
some kind of change that is significant. It always brings two things, right? It brings the one thing, which is like why you want it in the first place and the excitement that's associated with it. But, sometimes you're like a cat that's dragging on, with his claws and doesn't want to leave because, we've become habituated to our environment and we like things the way they are.
Well, I think that depends on your personality and your different strengths, because I remember going through some different coaching clients and virtual mastermind clients, and they did not want to give up on the thing that wasn't currently working. They wanted to see it through to the end, and that was actually part of their strength assessment that we did. Right? Do you remember that? Where it's like there are certain characteristics that everybody has that makes you an individual, but it also impacts whether or not you see a new change in situation as fear-based, as excited. If you won't leave the old job because you can't give up, you have to see it through to the end. Like all of those things are, I think, character-based and differ from person to person.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that is what I wanted to do this show for, because you and I, as much as together we make one person, we're quite different in our approaches to how we do things. So, for example, I am, super excited about this next move to Italy, but I would be lying if I said to you that it freaks me out. And let me explain what freaks me out. I've got I don't know if it's my personality or if it's just that I'm getting more set in my ways as I'm aging, one or the other, or maybe both. But I have things the way I like them now. I've got I got my coffee in the morning. I got my morning rituals. I got my stretches. I got my workouts that I do on the beach. I've got my podcast,
your hair products,
my hair, my podcast studio. I've got, the restaurants that we go to. And
they're all on a checklist.
I am a creature of habit. Like what you'll see right here is me checking off.
Oh my God. Hold on a second. So let me just, give this to me. He just handed me the actual checklist. Okay. I'm going to shed some light. Is everybody ready? At 6:50, I read. At 7, I journal. At 7:10, Sophia shows up. 7:20, I stretch. 7:30, pliability. 8, Peloton. 8:30, shower. Day 1, Demi is on the checklist. That must be connecting with her. 5 waters, 6 IGs, community, full workout, tongue planks. Do I even want to know what that is? And then nudie. And then you get nudie at the end? What's the end?
Nudie is my myofascial relief video that I do watching television at night.
Okay, but he checks this shit off every day.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. So these are okay. So you get the idea, right?
Oh,
so
I get the idea. You're a creature of habit.
I'm a creature of habit. Yeah. So when when I think about making a big move like this, I'm,
Where
going
are you
like,
going to do those tongue planks?
where's the tongue plank? Like how's that going to happen? And I'm actually not going to explain what a tongue plank is, and I want everybody to think that it's
something
weird.
other than
yeah,
it is.
it's weird. So you'll have to Google what a tongue plank is, and let's see
my
if anybody
God.
knows what it is. But I do them every day, and Kim is.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Kim is all the better for it. She's red now.
I don't even. Well, first of all, it's not true. If you go back 3 episodes, you can listen to.
Oh, I thought you were saying your tongue planks aren't helping.
No.
Okay, so I am a creature of habit. Kim, on the other hand,
Has no habits.
yeah, she's like, she's like, burn the bra, throw care to the winds. Let's go to Italy. Let's have cafe, and everything is going to be A-OK.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
She does not care about that stuff. I feel quite different. I am already starting to put together.
Okay, so the point of this is to talk about how we deal with the differences, right? And what we do. So when this first idea of Italy came through and we started talking about it, and I could see the anxiety coming up in Rob. And I was like, okay, give me the thing that you're worried about. And he, I shit you not, he was like, how am I going to get my Myers dish soap there?
Okay, first of all,
no, pause, stop it.
That is such a stupid example.
No, it is not.
Let me explain to you why.
No, it's a legit. Pause.
No, you pause. Let me, because you've used this example incorrectly 20 times already. Please let me explain this. That is not true at all. This is contextual.
How am I going to get my Myers dish soap? It was actually verbatim.
Yes, it was verbatim, and it was quite contextual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me give you the example.
Okay, where is it on your checklist?
I am at the dishes. I'm doing the dishes. We're having this conversation. I'm trying to think of, okay, when we go to Italy, there are things, it's not a third world country.
Those creature comforts of Myers dish soap.
I don't think it's a third world country, but maybe it is. I don't know.
It's not.
Okay, so
Italy is not a third world
country. Is it
country.
fourth?
No, what are you talking about?
Is it first?
Italy is fine.
Okay, so I'm thinking like, okay, well, when I go there,
I'm not taking you to the Democratic
see, this is the other
Republic of-
problem. You never let me explain
You're
this.
not going to the Congo. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you're going to Tuscany. We're talking about soap. You are not making your case.
Really funny. Okay, so I'm at the sink. I'm doing dishes. And I'm trying to express a point to you. And I'm saying like, okay, our normal daily habits are, if we're missing dog food, we walk over, we go to Amazon and we type in dog food, and tomorrow it's sitting on our front porch, right? And so I'm saying like, I want to make sure that things that we need, I'm not going to have to, get on a camel or I'm not going to have to get on a Vespa with, a suit and tie and go through cobblestone streets because I need dog food, and I look at it and I bring home, gnocchi and not dog food because I don't know what the hell it is because it's in another language. I want to be able to say like, okay, I need dog food. Well, what do you do here in America? In America, you need dog food. You type in dog food and boom, dog food appears at your house the next day. So when you asked me that question, I was like, for example, dish soap. If I needed dish soap, what would I do?
You said,
and you have used this example incorrectly ever since. True. That's exactly what happened.
Right. You said, how am I going to get my Myers dish soap?
Because it's a specific one.
Exactly.
Whether it was Myers or Schmeyers, it wouldn't matter.
It does matter because here's the thing. What did you learn about Amazon in Italy?
Well, I actually took the liberty of switching my store from U.S. to Italian so I could see what they get. They had Myers, but they did not have a lot of other things.
No, right. But okay.
They had like, Scungili soap. And I'm going like, I don't know what the hell that is. Is it like, am I washing with clam juice?
Okay,
what is it?
Gnocchi flavored.
Exactly.
Soap. Okay. But listen, here's the point. The point is this.
Sophia's going to have like lasagna Pop-Tarts in the morning. Like what?
So here's the point though. The point is you are getting jacked up. When I say he is jacked up about this initially, he was jacked up about whether or not he was going to be able to get the specific thing that he wants to the point where he was like, I'll just buy a year's supply and I'll put it in the thing to ship it over. I was like, Rob, you're going to look like you're importing Meyer's dish soap. Like, this is the real conversation. So he can make light of it and like, oh, how do you Amazon? Like, they have Amazon and they also have stores. They also happen to have dogs, and I think they have dog food. It's all going to work out. And for me, maybe it's just my my elevated ideas of everything is always working out for me, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get dish soap and dog food, and you're going to find hair product. But here's the irony of the whole thing. About 4 days after how am I going to possibly get the one dish soap that I need, he's calling Italy, because I hear him trying in broken Italian, trying to explain to the guy that cut his hair while we were there that he needs...
You heard that?
I did. That he needs hair product. And the guy said, okay, come in tomorrow. And Rob was like, no, I don't need hair cut. There's a product I got there, and I'd like you to ship it to America. So this problem goes both ways. Let me tell you what happens, okay? He's a product whore. And so whatever he's whoring at the moment, whether it's hair product, dish soap, doesn't matter, dog food, he is a product whore. He will find the store in Italy that has the perfect thing in the world. And 5 years from now, you're going to hear us doing a podcast about how he's going to get that back to America because he can't function. Like, he is a product whore. We found on one of our last days, I feel like it was, we found a little store that sold high-end toothpaste. Do you remember that one? What doesn't matter, but you went in and... Marvin's. You went in and bought 800 little things of it because...
16, but go ahead.
And you didn't even like it.
When you licorice flavored toothpaste was just weird in the morning.
So I'm making...
But it was great at the time.
And so I'm making the case that he will find... There's actual social proof from 4 months traveling Europe. And I told him, I said, look, we went to Europe for 4 months. Did you go without toothpaste, hair product, dish soap? Was there a huge issue and void in your life because you didn't see Meyer's on the label? Like, none of that, none of that mattered. And so this is the part where you have to have influence over your spouse to say, you got to stop going so specific and know that you're not going to the Congo. I'm not putting you in a tent out in the middle that someone's going to like fly a plane and drop a pallet of supplies to you. Like, you're going to Italy.
Well, there's a great Woody Allen quote. It goes something like this. I'm paraphrasing. I've died 1,000 deaths and none of them were actual. Something like that, right?
It's very dramatic. It's perfect for you.
Yeah. So the reason why we brought this up is they
love to listen to us fight.
You, the listener, are probably at a place, or perhaps have been or will be in a place where you're going to make a big move and you're vacillating back and forth.
And again, the move doesn't have to be like an actual physical move. It could be a move in business or a relationship. It could be a divorce.
A shift. Maybe like a shift is a better word.
It could be a divorce.
Good example.
Any of these things where it's a big shift in your life.
At the end of this show, I think we're going to have to figure that one out.
No, I need to keep my Italian citizenship intact.
So I'm actually I'm clickbait right now. Okay.
No, it's 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day. Oh, that's really funny. So yeah, I mean, if you're in a place right now where you're about to make a shift or you're about to make a move and you're feeling like, you want to hold on. This is me, and I know if it's me, then there's other people like me, and I know if Kim is the opposite, then there are other people like her. So yes, I want to make the leap and I want to move, from California to Italy and experience everything new. And at the same time, I would like to pick up my home in California and put it into the palazzo in Greece and bring an ocean.
In Italy.
In Italy. And bring an ocean because I want certainty and dish soap, okay? I want the predictability of it. And there's an unrest for me in allowing myself to open up. And here's the crazy fucking shit about this. I did the same thing when we spent 4 months living there. Most of the stuff that I brought, I didn't use. And all of the trepidations and anxieties about it were soon replaced with things that were even better, with the exception of wine in Montenegro. Everything else was perfect because that was turpentine. But everything else was absolutely perfect. And it turned me on to new things, which is why I called Italy last week to ask him about the hair product, because I want, okay, this is a great one. My biggest fear about moving to Italy was that I had one hair cutter that I used for 10 years, and oh my God, it couldn't.
For the 4 months, when we did the 4 months.
When we did the 4 months. And then I went to a brand new haircut. I was like, oh, I like the way he does it better. And then I did it again. And then I said, I need to stay with this guy. But I couldn't because I was moving from Rome to, let's say, Lecce, right? And obviously it's 6 hours away or whatever. And I couldn't. So then I went to the next one. I was like, oh, his haircut was even better. So I started to unfold. Now I recognize I'm talking out of both sides of my ass here. I'm trying to bring the point to people that your biggest fears are generally, and I'm talking to myself here, your biggest fears are generally not realized. Your fear that you're going to take a trip, like we're going to Miami, I'll probably in a couple of weeks, I'll probably overpack and feel like I need all of it and get there and I'll wear 3 things. So all of this planning on the one hand is great, but on the other hand, it's leaving no room for magic. Okay, so can I play the avocado of the devil? I just completely argued both sides of the coin, didn't I? I know you did. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. You just basically came around to my side, which is what we enjoy anyway. But let me play the avocado of the devil. So for me, I could probably just put my toothpaste and my toothbrush and a couple of things in a bag. You can get on a plane You can get on a plane with one of your little underwears and a toothbrush and be fine. And I would go there and be like, I'll buy clothes and it'll be perfect and we'll work it all out. Yeah. So you are a diva. That's what we learned, and I'm not. But there's a part of me not being that diva that I will forego some things that I really would like to have there. So what you do to me, in a positive way, is you make me think about the things that I would miss because I would just get on a plane. I wouldn't care. So you make me think about the things that I would even miss and write them down. And for me, it's not actually the things, because I feel like I can kind of find anything anywhere and work it out. But for me, it's more the processes that I need to go smooth. Mm-hmm. So where Rob gets jacked up on bringing your Meyer soap, I get jacked up on it being organized like a symphony. I don't want problems. I like to plan things. I'm already calling shipping companies to understand how the shipping process is done. What's the average time of the shipping of the container? What is the details on getting a car there? Which is not going particularly well because of COVID, right? Right. Well, right now with COVID, it's a shit show. So I'm not going to stress about it. But for me, it's the organization and the processes that I need to go well. If you want to see Rob in a tizzy, have him show up in Italy without hair product. You want to see me in a tizzy, have shit not go right, because I do not like when the things don't operate effectively. And my strategy brain, I am very strategic with what I do, and I will think it through 10 steps forward. I will have contingency plans in place. And because I do that, that's my neuroses. But because I do that, things tend to go smoothly. They do. You're quite a chess player. You always it's always the weird thing where we're going through customs or somewhere and they'll be like, well, if you don't have the ICD-9 form, then you can't get it. Okay. I just pull that out of your chiropractic life? I made 3 copies of that just in case I thought maybe you'd ask for that. But I do have that. That is you, because you're a strategic thinker. Okay, so here's what I wanted to do with this. So as we go through this process, I promise we won't bore you with every single step of what it's like moving to Italy. But here's what I do know. I do know a lot of the listeners of this show they like coming on journeys with us because they like to hear how we think. They like to hear what it looks like. Because at the end of it, it's easy to see, me surfing in Southern California and go, look at that dick. Like, he's like, I guess everything just worked out, as opposed to understanding the shit show that it was to get here. And the same thing is going to happen. You're going to see us frolicking in Florence and you're going to be like, well, it must be nice. I guess they got it all figured out. It is a shit show that we are in right now, trying to figure out how to get somebody on the telephone to roll our car into a container and roll our luggage, not our luggage, but our stuff that we're taking there. There's a giant mess of what we're doing. And I want you to see the reality of it, because it should allow you to dream bigger and to know it isn't easy and it's not going to be perfect. But when you're clear about what you want, the rest of it just takes care of itself.
The other thing that I think is really important is that when you have a partner or a spouse in this journey and you're making a move, you're shifting careers or whatever is happening, your way of processing something is not the same as theirs. And it's really, really easy to fall into what the fuck are you talking about with the dish soap? It's really easy to fall into that. Or, Kim, it's a year and a half away. Do you need to be calling shipping containers right now? Like, it's really easy to fall into that crazy pattern of, this is how I process, and you should process the same. And people ask us all the time, and they truly do, Darren White, ask us all the time why our relationship works. How do we function in life being so different, and yet we make it work, And the way that happens is because we allow each other to process the way we need to process, but also have influence over each other to be able to sway each other. So, for example, when Rob started going on the dish soap and the tangent of all the things that he's just going to pack a year supply of and put into the shipping container, I reminded him, Rob, you did 4 months in Europe. We went through 8 cities. You found a new hair cutter. You actually found hair products you love more, which is probably what triggered him to call damn Italy and ask for it. Mm-hmm. And you found all the things you wanted, and never once did you look and say, this dish soap sucks. I'm really missing Myers, and so I was there to remind him that he already has built that muscle of being uncertain, because I threw his ass into that for 4 months and he did it amazingly. So, we have that ability to influence each other, but not in a, you're an idiot for thinking that way. And I think too often partners don't understand or accept that their partner just processes differently, and they see the way they process as wrong versus different. And so if you're leaning in on this next chapter or whatever you're doing, that's kind of a big decision, and your partner is processing things differently, hear them out and see how you can use your strengths. Like, my strength is strategy. So when Rob is in a shit show of what products is he going to bring and how is he going to function and how is he going to get this and how is he going to get that, my strategy brain can come in and help him figure this out. And so I use my strength for solving his problem, because if I don't help him solve the problem, it's going to keep popping up. It's like the damn pop-up thing that comes on the computer and keeps popping up and telling you need to back up your computer or whatever. If I don't solve it, it will keep popping up. So it's in my best interest, insanity, to help solve Rob's problems and his as well.
Well said, senorita. Okay. Well, no, it's Senora.
Are you going to go to
Signorina? No, actually, you're not anymore.
I'm not a
You're a senora, madam. Okay, so we are just about done with our Dream Life course. It should be available within the next couple of weeks. If you want to get on the early bird list, then text the word Dream Life to 310-388-9724. That's Dream Life, 310-388-9724. Operators are standing by, and if you text now, you will get a potato peeler.
Oh my God.
Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye. All right, thanks for listening. If you love this episode and you know someone that needs some help in either stepping up their work hard game or their play hard game, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast with them to help me get this movement out there. So if you like what you heard, head on over to iTunes, take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, and I will be forever grateful. So until the next episode, excuses are over. It's time to live.